Welcome to the I'm Such a Pisces podcast. We're two friends taking an explorative journey into all things astrology and a little woo. I'm Christine. I'm a creative, intuitive counselor and coach, and astrology enthusiast. We Pisces like to wear all the hats. You can find me on IG at The Dreamy Piscean.
And I'm Shelby. I am a licensed social worker, a big feelings person, and a light skeptic. Here to learn all the astrological things. You can find me on Twitter at Shelby Tweeting, and being a Cancer rising on Instagram at Shelby Cooking Things. Welcome to our show.
All right. It's season 4, the I'm Such a Pisces podcast.
We're back, baby.
We're back.
I started to say this a second ago, and then we had to restart because we don't have our shit together yet. But I was like, Christine, I really cannot believe that we have done this for 4 seasons. For 2 Pisces to have been able to get our shit together this consistently.
Consistency is a struggle for us.
Yeah.
So this is a major accomplishment, y'all.
We're really doing it. And here we are, season 4, and I feel like we're really starting out with a bang. We've got a lot of really juicy episode topics to start us off. It's going to be good.
I've been, working on some things for y'all. So.
Ooh. Christine's doing like the evil villain, hand rub right now, so she really means it.
I'm excited about today's episode. I'm excited about what's coming this season. I think we're going to have a good time.
Yes.
Yes.
And speaking of evil villains, we're going to be talking about Scorpio Men today.
Okay.
Yes. So I have a lot to say. I'm sure. If you've listened to the podcast for a while, you know that I have a bone to pick, particularly with Scorpio men. Scorpio women. A bone. I love Scorpio women. I love them very well. Most of them. but the men. Christine's like, no, just some.
Just some.
Just some. We'll get to that later.
We'll get into it.
We will get to that. But yeah, I'm happy. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm excited. To be back. I feel like, I was hyping up before we started recording, but just, I feel like all week I've been like hyping up, like, we're coming back, we're gonna have fun conversations. Just, excited to be back together. So yep,
we're here. We've got our little mushroom coffee lattes. We're really doing it today.
We're like, healthy bitches today.
Yes.
We're recording in the daytime.
I'm on a tolerance break right now. Like, I'm really giving you the the best version of myself today.
I cannot say the same, but
that's okay. It's miserable. It's been exactly 7 days.
I told Shelby earlier in the week, I'm like, when you take those tolerance breaks, you always know exactly how many days it has been since you had your little fix.
Do. But you know what? I think it'll be worth it. I'm going to clear my head a little bit. I got bangs. I'm ready to roll. I'm ready for serious business time, okay?
Capricorn season and your Capricorn era is upon you.
It's, what did I say the other day? Saturn just went direct. It's been in retrograde for a while. Yep. Saturn went direct, and I'm like, all right, get down to business, baby. It's time.
Get down to business.
It's time. Speaking of getting down to business, it's been so long. Are you ready for CoStar?
I am. I haven't even looked at CoStar Day. It's been giving me some interesting, as usual, right?
Always.
Some very interesting messages this week. And I'm like, I wonder what it's going to be on Friday, because you've been, giving me some things.
Yeah, I've been, keeping up with mine. I haven't looked at it today.
Yeah.
I'm very excited to see. But I do feel like it has been dragging me lately. It's also, I feel like, I don't know if they have been putting more effort into, like, the social aspect of CoStar, but the ones, like, occasionally it will give me, like, a message between, like, me and another person. And those are always so interesting to me. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
That's very, You always get some features before I do, so I'm like,
I
do I have that? Let me look and see.
I'm sorry. I hope you do. I hope you do.
Poor Android people.
One of these days.
It's so bad.
Oh, really, yeah, Android discrimination. It's not cool. You know?
So many intersections of, discrimination.
It's really so many ways to do it.
Oh, God.
So many ways.
So, not to go down that space, into that space. What is your co-star telling you today?
Today, my co-star says, put on your favorite outfit and strike poses in the mirror.
Ooh. Okay. Sexy. Look,
strike a pose.
Always goes sexy. Sexy. Strike poses. Okay. We're modeling. Okay.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm here with, what is probably my favorite outfit, but I'm just wearing a sweatshirt and bike shorts, so it's nothing.
Hey.
The sweatshirt I'm wearing, sorry, tangent, because,
What are we
that's
doing?
What are you doing?
This podcast.
Yeah, exactly. I found the sweatshirt when we were cleaning up my grandma's house, or rather, my mom found it for me. This was my dad's sweatshirt from high school.
Oh,
it's like, this is the high school that he went to. It's like from the 60s. It's
so cool.
so cute, and I'm obsessed with it. So,
see, that's
anyway.
the kind of stuff that, that's dope.
Yeah, I'm very happy to have it. Anyway, okay, so my do's include bright red.
Ooh.
I think red is a pretty good color for me, so
yeah.
All right. Team sports. We love sports. Christine's Aries. Aries Mars is doing a thing over there, I can tell. What's the team sport?
I'm trying. Yep, I'm just, Aries loves sports,
All kinds of team
All kinds
sports,
of
especially. Solo sports. Team sports.
Yeah.
Sports that you do in pairs.
Yep.
So, yeah, we could go on and on. Anyway, so we're doing
Balls
bright red. Not balls. Yeah,
Anyways, continue with your
bright red, team sports, and bonfires.
Oh. Okay.
It's a lovely day for a little
vibe.
fall bonfire. It's crispy outside right now.
Yes.
It's sunny. It's really lovely.
I need a bonfire in my life. That's a vibe that I need. Yeah.
Doesn't that sound nice?
That sounds really great.
Yeah, like a little hot beverage and a bonfire outside in the fall. Yeah, I'm into it. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. What I'm not doing is spotlights, humble brags. So just
full
straight
on brag? Right.
full on brags. No humble brags.
Yeah, just don't be humble about it. You're gonna do it.
But also no spotlights. So I guess really it wants me to lay low today. And don't do surface level. So if you're going to do it, go deep. So we are going to go deep today.
Well, here we are.
I got you.
Podcast.
I got you.
We know how to go deep, okay?
Yeah. Always.
Yep.
So what's your co-star telling you today?
So today, my co-star says, you're in a moment of flux. It's a good time to learn what the bounds of possible are. Very
I like that.
grounding energy, right? Like, you need to find out what the boundaries are. So, my do's, pining.
Constantly pining.
Oh, girl, I've been doing some. Okay.
That is a Pisces
I've definitely
trait.
been doing some pining.
Longing, pining, romanticizing, yes,
idealizing.
Always. It's,
Come on.
Yep. Permanent state of being.
Yes. Fresh starts.
Okay.
And warm bodies.
Ooh, always with a warm body.
Cold bodies, all right?
No, ew.
Bodies.
Who wants a cold body?
That's
Gross.
the thing. The people
No, thank you.
Ugh. Anyway, let's move on to that too.
Yeah, okay.
Don't. Foreshadowing.
Okay.
Gambling. I'm not really big on the gambling. And glass objects.
Okay. Okay.
Very interesting.
Do you have a lot of glass objects?
You know, I probably do. I do somewhat have a lot of glass objects, but not too many. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can avoid them.
Put them to the side today, you know?
Put them to the side.
Right. There you go. Okay. That's pretty good. It's been a while since we've done a co-star. It's always good to dive back in, see what they're dragging us with today.
I'm just looking forward to a warm body. I'm like, is it a prediction?
I hope so.
I would like to do a warm body.
As we have discussed.
Yes.
She's in need of a warm body.
I'm in need of more than just a warm body, but just come on now.
Come on.
The streets have not been kind.
They really haven't. It's rough out here. On that note, do you want to take a quick break and then we'll come back with some relatable content?
Yes, let's do it, girl.
All right. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. All right, so Christine and I realized that, we're out of the habit of recording, but we did not introduce ourselves in the first segment. So, most of y'all probably know who we are at this point. It's season 4. But just in case this is your first time around, I'm Shelby.
And I'm Christine.
And this is the I'm Such a Pisces podcast.
Yes.
If you are just now joining us for whatever reason, we are both 2 Pisces and we're friends. And this is us taking a little journey into, I feel like we're deep in this journey of astrology now. Yeah. But,
We dive deep. So, welcome. If you're new here, welcome. Come on in.
We're so happy to have you.
The waters are warm.
The waters are warm, but not in a gross way, not in like a weird bathtub way, like in a fun hot tub kind of way.
Like the natural waters, maybe like the ocean waters.
Like a saltwater pool.
Yeah, what's is it like the Bahamas, like the Caribbean waters, like
warm
the warm waters, right?
You get a little splash every now and then. Anyway, it's lovely here.
Sorry, yes, it's lovely here. It's like
get deep into that fantasy.
I've traveled. Hello, astral travel.
Hello.
I have traveled to the Caribbean. I'm gone, girl. I don't know what you're doing.
Let's reel it back in so we can give these people their relatable content. So you have some relatable content to start us off with this week?
Yes. So, we're in the Scorpio season. Mm-hmm. And so I was just, channeling, just these Scorpio vibes. And we're talking about these Scorpio men. And, there's just been some things in the media.
Always.
About Scorpio men. They're just always out here being problematic. Mm-hmm. So, this, it's not necessarily new news at this point. But, some weeks ago, our friend, our fellow, no, not fellow, but water sign, Drake. Drake. Drake has been, beefing again. I'm like, I feel like Drake's always beefing with somebody.
I swear, he's like really stepped it up lately. He's just gotten more and more problematic as he's gotten more and more famous. And I'm like, does he just not care anymore? Or is he always, he's so messy.
He's so messy.
But also, I can't ever tell if it's like a joke. Like, is this just is it all a bit? Because everything he does kind of seems like, I can't tell if he's being serious about it or not.
We can never tell. So,
who's he beefing with now?
So now he's beefing with Joe Budden, which I feel like they've beefed before. I don't know.
I also feel like Joe Budden is always beefing with somebody.
Also, yes, maybe that's what it is. Joe Budden is also always beefing. So those two are always beefing with somebody.
2 problematic men together. What is Joe Budden's sign? Do we know that? Let me look that up really fast.
You look it up while I'll tell you more. So Joe Budden has criticized Drake's new album called For All the Dogs.
For All the Dogs.
Oh. Have you listened to this album?
I did. I gave it a cursory listen. Okay. And, okay, let me tell you how I feel about it. I feel the same way about this album that I do about literally every Drake album, in that the first time I listen to it, I'm like, this isn't good. And then I hear it everywhere. I hear a song over and over again. I'm like, this does kind of slap. You know, it's like, it's always a grower and not a shower for me.
Yep. I think that's very true. Yeah. That's been, at least in the last few albums, I think they've very much been growers, not showers.
Yeah.
But yeah, they definitely grow on you, and you're like, oh, okay, I was fucking with it, but like at first you're like, yeah, it's okay.
It's just fine.
It's fine.
But
I'm not a dog, so I haven't listened to it yet.
Well, you know what? I am a dog.
You are a dog. So.
Bark, bark.
This is for me.
It is for me. Okay, also, did you see Dustin Ross's Halloween costume?
Yes!
Where he was the dog on the album cover. It was so well done. If you are not...
I loved it.
If you're not a listener of his podcasts or know who Dustin Ross is, you should just check him out on Instagram, because the costume was so well executed.
It was great. It was great. I was like...
Hilarious.
I was like, all right, Dustin.
He really did it. Also, do you have any cursory guesses for what Joe Budden's sign might be? It's a Christine classic. That's all I'll tell you. That's all I'll say.
Is he an Aries?
Nope. No.
Oh no, is he a Virgo? I'm sorry.
He's a Virgo.
He's a Virgo. Okay. So interesting. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Virgos are always getting into it with somebody. Like
exactly. Right. Because nothing is ever good enough for them.
Right. Like, and they're always right. And so if you don't agree with them, then we're at a crossroads.
I think our next, the next time we drag a male zodiac sign, it might have to be Virgo Men.
Yeah. I mean, I just always felt like I was always dragging them all the seasons.
That's true.
It's like, should I dedicate a whole episode to them?
That's true.
I just didn't, I want to let up on them. I don't really want to let up on them, but
I think it's been a while though. I think it's time to come back around and say, you know what?
I've got this influx of Virgos, but Virgo men in my life currently.
They're so attracted to you.
So like flies, not flies.
I mean, subtle drag.
Oh,
no shade.
Not like flies, but
sure.
It's a thing. It's, it's the Virgo Pisces thing. So it's very natural. It's just kind of funny. It's like, here we are, and they, definitely have things to say, as usual. So.
Speaking of things to say, yes. What was this beef about?
So the beef, I guess, I mean, I didn't get deep into it, honey. So I will be honest. Like, I was like, oh, okay, what's going on? But the whole thing was that Drake wrote this, long drag, on Instagram. And it was very...
so unnecessary.
Pisces, to me, because it was so long. And I was like, well, maybe it's the water sign energy. We're just, very long-winded. I'm going to tell you all of my
I'm not reading all that.
Right. And so and I'm sure it hasn't settled. I'm sure they've, whatever is going on. I don't know. These two, this Virgo and Scorpio man, into it in the media. Yeah. So that's
ridiculous
relatable content,
ridiculous
entertainment, news.
Let us know whose side you're on. I'm not rooting for anybody in that fight.
I have no dogs.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. That's good. I liked it.
Timely. Do you have something for us, Shelby?
I do. So I've got a little to pivot away from the media to something that is, just as useless of a piece of information, but
relatable nonetheless.
Pretty relatable and pretty funny nonetheless. We today are doing, inspired by a TikTok I saw, we're doing the zodiac signs as chain restaurants.
Oh, yes.
Are you ready?
Yes. The Southerner and Midwesterner here You know, we know about some chain restaurants, all right?
2 American gals that know something about a chain restaurant. Now, I've got to say, there's a couple of these that I have never been to. So I may need some input, but for the most part, I think I've eaten at all of these at some point or another.
Okay. I'm
Are
interested
you
to see
ready?
this vibe. Yes.
Okay, so we're not going in order. I apologize for that. We're kind of all over the place.
That's okay.
And I will find the content creator that originally came up with these parallels and put her name in our show notes later, because I want to give her credit.
Yes, absolutely.
But here we go. So we're starting off strong with Aries. Aries is the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
Why? Because they're loud, they're in the media, the menu is like so chaotic and large. There's so many different vibes going on, but for whatever reason, we love it. We love it.
Oh my God.
Right? So you go into the Cheesecake Factory, there's like weird Tuscan decor, but also it's like vaguely Spanish in there, but also they serve like, you know, American food and Italian food, and the menu is like 4 pages long. Like, what's going on in there? I don't know, but I love it.
But we love it. An American classic.
I also think that this could be a Sag vibe as well.
Very much so.
But they gave Sag something else, which I also think is appropriate, so we'll get to that here in a second.
Okay.
Okay. Next up, we have Cancer. Cancer is Applebee's.
Oh, you know, we were just talking about Applebee's.
So she said that Cancer was Applebee's because like everybody has had some bad, sad, sensitive news delivered to them in an Applebee's, and I was like, actually, yeah, you're right. Have you ever cried in an Applebee's before, Christine?
You know, many high school moments were at Applebee's in the neighborhood. So
it's like I think she said something like, "This is where your parents took you to do the like divorce parking lot drop off." Like, you know, let's meet at the Applebee's.
I have seen that at an Applebee's.
Of course you have. It was right. She was right about that. Yeah, it was good. Next up, we have Next up, we have Leos as P.F. Chang's.
Oh.
Because they're, like, kind of spicy, and they've got these, like, loud statues out front. They're very, like, look at me, I've got a horse statue. It's like, you always know it's a P.F. Chang's. Yes.
Absolutely.
A flavor explosion, if you will. That's a Leo. Okay. This might have been the most accurate one I've seen. Taurus is a Capital Grille.
Oh.
The
classy.
bougiest of chain restaurants.
Yes.
Right? Nothing but the best.
Nothing but the best, honey. Top of the line.
As we just talked about off mic a few minutes ago, Taurus, they love food. They love their comforts, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Capital Grille checks all those boxes.
Yep.
All right. Now, we've got Virgo. Virgo is Kava.
Is
because
that why I'm attracted to it so much?
That's why you love Kava so much.
That's why
okay.
I love Kava.
The reasoning here was because although there are menu items, nothing is good enough, and you always want to create your own.
Yes.
You always want to pick it out yourself.
Absolutely.
Right?
I've never ordered the menu item. Like, no, let me
not one time.
create it myself and put all the things in there and just...
There you go. That's a Virgo. It's never good enough.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It's also it's a little aggressive, but it's also like very healthy. You know?
I love it so much.
It's
I
great.
love Kava.
Next up, we have Sag. So Sagittarius is a Texas Roadhouse.
Oh, yes.
It's a little chaotic in there, mostly because of those hurricane margaritas. Have you ever had one before? Tell me that doesn't give you Sag vibes.
Very Sag vibes. I'm trying to contain.
It was so good. So good.
Yes. Come on, Texas Roadhouse.
Next up, we've got Capricorns. TGI Fridays. right?
Really?
They're a hardworking capitalist bitch, right? You go there at the end of the day with your coworkers, you say, thank God it's Friday, right? TGI Fridays.
I don't know if the Capricorns are going for that, honey. I don't know if they're going for it. Because they're like, hold on, Taurus got Capital Grill. Wait a minute.
Right. You know, I too, as a Capricorn, I would be a little upset by this.
Like, hold on with the shade. TGI Fridays.
I think a Capricorn could also really have a good time at Capital Grill. Personally.
I do.
Personally. All right, next up,
okay, let's hear.
We've got Aquarius. Aquarius is Waffle House. It's a little off the grid. It's kind of weird in there. It's a good place to go if you want to like romanticize poverty. You're in there. You listen to a little Lana Del Rey. You go to the Waffle House. You have yourself a good time. But it's always good. You know, it's weird, but it's good.
I fuck with Waffle House.
I love Waffle House.
You love a Waffle House?
Is it?
Maybe
is it?
Some Aquarius, I got Aquarius midheaven. I don't know.
Hey, personally,
like, there's we had a story recently about the Waffle House.
Yes.
Here.
Yes.
That was strangely popping. You didn't know. I was like, oh yeah, it's popping over there at that Waffle House.
I know.
They be over there.
It was wild. On a Saturday in the middle of the day, I was like, why did I have to wait 30 minutes to eat at the fucking Waffle House?
I was like, that would be busy. That's not long, actually.
I just wanted to get my hash browns with all my weird ass toppings on them. Like, why not?
It's like they frequent that one, honey. Okay, they don't play about that Waffle House.
Next up, we have Libra as Red Lobster.
For the seafood lover in you.
For the seafood lover in you. Okay, so her reasoning was Red Lobster is like kind of overtly sexual, right? You know? You see all those commercials and they're like cracking the shrimp and everything's like really wet. I'm like, why is it so sexy? And then, also you could take a little, I would not be upset if someone took me on a little date to Red Lobster. Like,
I've been on some Red Lobster dates, honey. I mean, it's been some years ago, but I've been on some Red Lobster dates. Had no problem with it. I love a Cheddar Bay biscuit.
Who doesn't love a Cheddar Bay biscuit?
Honey, okay? Them Cheddar Bay biscuits.
Man, that is for sure. I could see it. I'm here for it. We love Red Lobster. All right.
Coconut shrimp. Okay. I'm gonna let you continue.
Shrimp fest. All right. Next up, we have Pisces. Pisces as Olive Garden.
Okay.
When you're here, your family. When you're here, your family. Really, they talked about it being like vaguely emo. Can't really tell you why, but like it's like familial and like comforting, but at the same time you can tell there's like an inherent sadness to the Olive Garden. Similar vibes to the Applebee's, frankly.
Why does that resonate? It makes sense. I don't know I can't describe it, but it really
I don't understand.
And
but
also,
she was
again, breadsticks. So
Come on. We love a breadstick.
Okay? I'm not going to be mad about those breadsticks.
Not at all. All right, we got two more. So this one, next up, we've got Scorpios. Scorpios are Panda Express. And her reasoning was Scorpios love a little bit of pain. And I was like, I haven't eaten at a Panda Express in a long time. You can get some, you can get some spicy food at Panda Express.
Yeah.
It might also be a little upsetting to your stomach. It's like you want to like it. It's a little, a little out there, a little off the beaten path as far as chain restaurants go, but also a little bit painful.
Pleasure and pain, it's a balance, right?
It really is. And I think the last one might be my favorite. Geminis as chilies.
Yeah, absolutely.
Geminis are chilies. They're a little bit spicy. They're also a little bit two-faced. Like, you can go to Chili's after work with your coworkers, you could talk a little trash with the other employees, and have a little moment or whatever. It's business appropriate, but you can also go there and get some margaritas and get absolutely trashed with your homegirls, and that's just fine.
And I've done all of those things.
As have I.
After church with the family, we've gone with the coworkers, we've gone and got absolutely trashed on the margaritas. Honey, how many margaritas? At Chili's. Well.
1 margarita.
Hey, all right.
All right. And that, my friends, that was the zodiac signs as chain restaurants. Shout out to my friend Rachel who sent me that TikTok. I will put the original content creators stuff in the show notes.
I love it.
Really quickly. So just, because this is an astrology podcast and it's more than just the signs as chain restaurants. Just, want everybody to be aware of some transits that are happening right now. So I was just going to talk briefly about, so Venus is now in Libra so it is November 10th. I just had to check to look at the date when we are recording this. This will come out on the 13th. And then, so on November 8th, Venus transitioned into Libra, and it will be there until December 4th.
Okay.
So
is that
I feel
when
like
maybe you put this pink shirt on today? Is that?
Oh, maybe that is what it is. I feel like this is really interesting because, so I was listening to some different creators talk about what this particular Venus and Libra transit will mean. And they were talking about the firming up of a lot of relationships and how, like, right now is a time period. So for the next month or so will be a time period to kind of look out for, like, who and what is worth sticking around in your life. And so, like, you're either going to firm up a relationship or you're going to let some things go.
Well.
And I particularly thought about you, Christine, because we just had a little moment with that. Where, sometimes we got to let a thing just let it go.
Let it rock. Yeah.
And I also thought about this because it's Thanksgiving and, like, literally everybody gets engaged around Thanksgiving. Not everybody, but, like, is
engaged. And, like, this is when, did we talk about this? We're coming into the season where Virgos are made.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
So this is an awareness, right, y'all? Like, if you don't want so many Virgos.
Don't have a baby right now.
They're the number 2 most populated sign. Behind Cancers. And that's interesting because I don't feel like I know that many Cancers, but
I don't either.
Apparently Cancers, census-wise, most populated sign in this country. And Virgos are behind them. So,
fascinating.
Again, if you would like to control your Virgo population, please use protection during this time.
Yes.
Yes. I know it's the cuffing season and we ready. We got our players, we got the team together, but just saying.
Yeah.
All right. That's my PSA.
Good point. No, I had not even considered that. So that is definitely something to be thinking about around this time. I think, the general message is just to pay attention to, especially your relationships, and see, if you're getting some signs that this might not be a forever thing, then, don't be afraid to let it go. Now is the time. Don't be afraid. Just because it's cuffing season doesn't mean that you have to stick with anything. So, take it from both of us. We are not afraid to
uncuff it.
Let something go.
I didn't say cuff it. I said uncuff it. Just let it go. It's fine.
Uncuff it.
Uncuff it.
Yeah. And then that's really all I had. I just kind of wanted to put that out into everybody's awareness. But Christine, I think you have a poll for us this week.
So I've got a poll for you all. Engage with it on Spotify. I'm going to put it up on Instagram this week. So, how do you feel about spinning the block on an ex? Are we spinning on them like we doing, donuts? Like all right, I'm coming back 360 on them.
Ooh.
Or are we one and done? So I got this because, I was scrolling social media and there was a post about like Ashanti and Nelly and, if we're all just like, oh my God, they're so, they're back together and they're so cute and they just seem so in love, all the things. And so, the question is out there, like, how do we feel about, spin the block, right? Like, let them have a little time, a little season, coming back to it.
You also see that right now with the old Bennifer getting back together, little J-Lo, Ben Affleck, like they're back together now. I think it's always so interesting when celebrity couples do that.
I feel like J-Lo loves to spin the block. She is she spinners, okay? Like the
spinning on
spinners
it.
back in the day, like, Hey.
Yes. Now,
yeah.
I will say, I felt like this question was very pointed to me. No, I know it wasn't. I'm trying not to take it personal, but I'm like, oh, Shelby loves to spin the block on an ex, like, notorious for it.
Listen, I've been known to spin the block, so I am not in the clear on that at all. Like, I'm like, this person, we know there's a particular one that I love to spin on, like, every time, like.
Stay spinning on it.
Keep spinning on it. That Virgo just keeps, let's try it again. Like, no, let's maybe not.
Have you learned your lessons yet? Let's come back in.
It's like the universe
That's that twin flame.
Damn, like, I keep trying to test you on it, and you keep failing it every time.
Yes. Man, if it's a test for me, I certainly have not passed. Well, I don't know. That's not true. I've had, since I've gotten divorced, I've had several exes like slide in and be like, whoa, what's good? Seems like you're not married anymore. And I'm like, okay. Some of them, most of them I have left alone. The person I am dating now is a person from my past. And I've been like, hey, what are you doing these days? How are you?
Hey, sometimes.
And it turns out, yeah, sometimes you just gotta let a little growth happen between both of you, and it truly was wrong place, wrong time the first time, and here we are, we're having a great time.
I love it. I mean, again, I'm a fan apparently. So
right.
I love love. I love love.
We love love. Yeah, maybe we're not the people to ask, because I do know some people that are like, nah, once it's done, it is
very
done.
much, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I think there are some situations that, obviously are like, well, maybe not obviously, but for some people, again, like their boundary is like, no, if this happens, it's not.
Then we're done.
No more, yeah.
Absolutely. But I am curious to see, what the majority of our audience says. So,
yes.
Check, especially if you're listening on Spotify, check that. We can also put it up on Instagram. I want to know what the people have to say.
Yes, let us know. Spinning on them? Are you one and done? All right.
I think that's it for relatable content today. So let's take a quick break and we'll come back with the dish on Scorpio Men.
Yes, we're ready to get into it, y'all. Yes. All
right, we will be right back.
All right, we are back with the meats.
The meats.
We're back. This is the meat of the show, right? This is our topic hour. And we are here.
Sorry, I was just going to say, do you remember, but way back in season 1, that when we were like, okay, we're going to call it that just this one time, and then we'll come up with something better.
I know.
And, we literally cannot change it now.
We're like, we were supposed to change this. It's like, it's the other part of the Shelby saying, I'm going to edit this out.
Yeah, I know. It's classic. You know what? Maybe that's something we should put on a t-shirt. Like, right. I'll edit that later.
I'm gonna edit that later.
No.
I was listening to an old episode the other day and I was just cracking up. Shelby's like, I'm going to edit that out later. Like, yep.
It's a lot more effort than
She's like,
nah. I go in so ambitious and then I get in there and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Leave it in there. Fuck it.
It takes me out every time. She's like, I'm going to edit that out later. Like, nope.
No, I'm not. Anyway, so yes, this is the meats.
Yes.
What do we have here today, Christine?
Okay, I've got some tweets, but they are not pulling up right here on the computer. So hold on, let me pull them up on my phone. But yeah, we are here. We are gathered here today.
Gathered here
put
today.
On my, to discuss, our Scorpio brothers. They've been out here in these streets.
They sure have.
Wreaking havoc. Transforming lives, okay? Transforming. Maybe not in positive ways.
Man, canon events. I can't wait to talk about it.
It's sounding bad out here, And it seems like it might be a thing with water signs. I haven't heard this about Cancer men. I don't know about them.
From the most part, it seems like, they're Cancers, they're very sensitive. I think they might be the most in tune with their feelings as far as the general male species. And I hate to generalize because not all men or whatever. And, it's a spectrum. People are, take different qualities and blah, blah, blah. But on the whole, I've never heard anyone really complain about a Cancer man.
No, but these, the Scorpios and the Pisces men, these water signs causing a lot of problems.
Yeah, sorry about it.
Women are very upset women in particular,
Yeah, right.
It's not always the same, and I don't know. I've heard some reactions lately, actually, to me telling someone I'm a Pisces. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, whoa. What's with that energy?
Because I think it really just depends. I think, obviously very different people have different experiences, but certain signs just don't vibe well with the...
That's true.
With the energy. I will say, the flakiness, it is, I swear sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I'm going to go do that because it does sound good at the time. And then it gets, push comes to shove and I'm like, yeah, I actually want to stay home.
That happens. We still have duality. It happens. We're sorry, but we're not sorry because we have to take care of ourselves. And this about us, so just, you just know this, but, just keep asking.
Just, please, we love to be invited.
We really do. We love to be a part and be thought of, but sometimes, it just depends on how we feel, and we really are governed on our feelings. Read us the tweets, girl, because I'm like, what's going on?
Okay, so I have some of our tweets pulled up here. So really, at first, let's start with, there is a whole list of Scorpio celebs. Do you want me to read some of those, or do you want me to see? So I won't read all of them, but obviously we just talked about Drake. Right? Drake is a Scorpio man. We also have Ryan Gosling is a Scorpio man. Frank Ocean is a Scorpio man. Yes. Adam Driver, he just looks like a Scorpio to me.
He looks like a Scorpio. He's got the
What
darkness.
Is that?
It's the darkness. Yes. Yeah.
You can tell he's deeply sad on the inside. Same with Joaquin Phoenix. Also looks like a Scorpio to me.
Yes.
Pete Davidson. Of course, we've talked about Pete Davidson's birthday on the podcast before. Yes. Also, shout out one of my very favorite Scorpios, Christina. It is her birthday today, so shout out to her.
Happy birthday, Christina.
Happy birthday, Christina. Our quadruple Scorpio friend.
Ooh,
yeah. Let's see who else here. We've got Gerard Butler, David Schwimmer. He doesn't really strike me as a Scorpio, but whatever.
Yeah.
Diddy is a Scorpio. Jason Momoa is a Scorpio. Danny DeVito is a Scorpio. Danny DeVito, I love your work. Ryan Reynolds. Picasso was a Scorpio. Chris Hemsworth. Did I already say? Oh, I already said Jason Momoa. Yeah, so a lot of Scorpio men, if that gives you any sort of, idea. Matthew McConaughey. So there's several in the media. A lot of actors, a lot of musicians, that sort of thing. So
yes, well, my favorites. We're gonna talk about him, in a minute, but
more in depth, very
Scorpio
shortly.
Man, Miguel.
Yep. And you can, you also can just tell,
It's just oozing.
It's oozing
out of him.
The just raw sexuality.
Yeah, just all of it. Anyways.
Yeah, we'll get to that. All right, so here is just a sampling of different tweets about Scorpio men. Now, I have to say, I will tell my own personal story about Scorpio men very shortly, but this doesn't reflect how we feel. This is just a sampling of what the internet is saying.
We just let's pull this off the internet. This is what people are talking about.
Okay, let's see. So, Drake and Future too old to keep dissing Rihanna and Lori Harvey just because they moved on from their asses, and then someone quote tweeted that and said, too fucking old, this is why you don't date Scorpio men.
Ooh.
No matter what. I'm like, apparently they hold a grudge,
Okay, they could, I mean, I think a Scorpio could be very vindictive if the Scorpion, you just don't want to put them in any situations. They gonna have to stain you. Like,
yes,
don't do
it. Let's see. Rain says the only men I've had horrible experiences with are Taurus and Scorpio men. Interesting, and
they're on that axis. That's the same axis again. So interesting that whole energy she doesn't vibe with.
Yeah. Huh. Someone else, Rue just says, ugh, Scorpio men.
Like, what happened, girl?
What happened to you? Someone else said, Scorpio men stink. I don't care.
Oh, no.
Like, they stink, like they smell bad, or they stink like...
Right. What has happened?
Mm-hmm. Which is really interesting because I saw someone else, I was reading some things, and someone said that they, like, generally, every sign has an associated part of the body and stuff, but someone was saying that, like, Scorpios tend to have a heightened sense of smell.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, interesting. Let's see. Taurus and Scorpio men are all unwell, but there's something about their inability to give a damn that is admirable somehow.
Oh.
Okay. Scorpio men make the whole sign look bad. What else? Let's see.
Oh, look, I got in.
Oh, good. Okay. Yeah, if there's any, carry on. I'm just...
Oh, no, you're good. Like, I'm looking at, this, I found this part of, like, top tier. Mm-hmm. So,
oh, yes.
So, this is going to list a lot of women and men, but I just thought this was funny to the ranking. So, top tier, number 1 are Aquarius women. Number 2, Aries women. 3, Gemini women. 4, Virgo women. 5, Sagittarius women. And 6, Libra women. Middle tier. 7, Scorpio men. Who was writing this? 8, Aries men. 9, Scorpio women. 10, Capricorn women. 11, Libra men. 12, Leo women. Bottom tier.
Rude. I hate it.
13, Cancer women. 14, Taurus women. 15, Sagittarius men. 16, Virgo men. Hell. 18, Taurus men. 19, Aquarius men. 20, Leo men. 21, Pisces women. I got a bone.
I got a bone to pick.
The very lowest part of the deepest pit of hell. 22, Cancer men. Again, speak up.
What's wrong with Cancer men?
Come forth. Tell us about them.
Right.
23, Capricorn men. 24, Gemini men. And 25, Pisces men. At the very lowest, the lowest of the lowest part of the deepest pit of hell, Pisces men. Now, but we're not here to talk about them.
Yeah, we've already picked our bone with them, like that. Yeah,
but Scorpio
that might be accurate.
Was on 7. I don't know.
They're way
about
too
that.
high up. They're way too high up.
But that was someone's opinion, so I tried to give a variance. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Right. Sure.
At Firmament girl. Hey girl. As a Scorpio female, I'm immune to the black magic that Scorpio men have performed on the average woman. Thank God.
Okay, so maybe if you are a Scorpio woman, then a Scorpio man is for you. Although, I posted a TikTok on our TikTok account yesterday about Scorpio men, and someone was like, I'm a Scorpio that dated a Scorpio, and they put like a little like dead emoji, and I was like, oh, you know, sometimes it works out, sometimes it really doesn't, and they commented back and they were like, it really didn't. I was like, oh, okay. You know, it can really go either way, so I'm so sorry for you.
It's just, it's rough. At Alexis Diam, yes, Buttercup, Alexis says, unevolved Scorpio men are the most problematic men I've ever seen. Oof. So maybe it's the unevolved, but you know, maybe many of them are unevolved. But some, you know, Frankensteina at Dead-Eyed Bitch, maybe it's Dead-Eyed Bitch. I have a thing for Scorpio men. She's like, you know, somebody else, Gerard at Hoozilla said, social media is always degrading Scorpio men. It's kind of sickening if you ask me. Sounds like he was feeling some type of way about that personally.
Okay.
But, you know, Sapphire says, also, why are Scorpio men so mean? Like, my poor heart can't take it. Obviously not all men, but it seems like every single experience I've had with Scorpio men is shitty. And Katara said, Scorpio men are the worst. Like, I mean, you know, hey.
Okay, I really love this one tweet. Someone, let's see, I can't tell what their at is, but it says every Drake album is about wanting to control the women he sleeps with without real commitment to them, and he's always pondering why these relationships don't work out. Yes. And then someone quote tweeted it and said, that's very on brand for a Scorpio man.
Yes. Okay,
right?
It. Yes. Like, so Rose the artist said, Scorpio men are only good for sex and that's it. If you want to fall in love with one, just know you're about to go on a rocky ride.
A rocky ride.
I feel like she's giving the tea right there. Like, they're great for the getting down. Get down, okay?
We'll talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Okay, Shelby has something to say.
Many things. Many things.
So, I mean, there's a lot of, you know, sentiment in the collective.
Yes. Okay, one more here. Renna Simone, I think is what her at is, says Scorpio men are dogs, but they're charming as fuck. I'm like, yes, that is also my experience.
Yep. I mean, you know, they obviously are attracting people, right? Like they're getting people, you know, and that's what they do, right? They pull you in. It's that Pluto energy. It's like,
yes,
like, what is that? It's kind of mysterious. I want to know more about it, you know, and you just get sucked in, you know. I don't know. I don't know personally because I have not personally been there.
Sure.
But
sure.
I don't know about what the future holds.
Man, we'll find out.
We'll find out next time. All right.
So, do you have some celebs in particular that you would like to talk about?
So, you know. I've got a particular friend. I'd like him to be my friend. Look, I'm trying to find this document while I'm, you know, you know, that I would like to highlight. He's got some lyrics in his songs that just give all of the Scorpio energy.
Because if there is one thing that we know about Scorpios, all Scorpios in general, they're the sex sign. Like, their whole thing is about sex. Like,
yes, they are.
They, you know, deep, mysterious, sexual beings.
Yes, they are. So, my love, Miguel.
The one
all
and
of his
only.
music, the one and only. So I started this project, right? I told Shelby that I started this project, like, I'm gonna highlight like all of like Miguel's like freakiest lyrics.
Man.
And I
There's
started.
so many.
There's so many. I only got to the first couple of albums before there were so many that I'm like, we would have to do a whole episode to feature these lyrics. And here, we're not here to talk about Dear Miguel. As just one Scorpio Man. Now, I would do a personal episode myself, Dear Miguel, you know. Just
we'll throw it into a bonus sometime, you know?
Yes. But, you know, I just wanted to highlight some of his, you know, songs. So, let's start off. Album 1, right? This is
Album 1.
Young Miguel.
Yes.
Quickie. The whole song, right? The whole damn song. So, song says, I don't want to be loved. I don't want to be loved. I just want a quickie.
Ooh.
No bite marks, no scratches, and no hickeys.
Now, that's not fair. I want all those things. Right? We can still do it quick.
No evidence, okay?
Okay,
I just want a quick fix. Oh. Send me your wish list. I'll have you addicted. Again, there's that Scorpio addiction. I want to addict you to.
Pluto energy.
Yeah. Get on them knees. I got a penny for your thoughts, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean, Miguel. I know what you mean.
So, same album. Vixen, right? Got a little song. I like this. This is my all of these are my song. You know, I love Miguel.
Of course, of course.
Yeah. So, you know, this is, you know, about a vixen, right? So he's like, let's play a little game just between you and I. Obviously physical, you got to use your mind. So then he goes on to say, you'll be my vixen. My bed will be your stage.
Ooh.
You will get the spotlight all night, each and every time we play.
So sexual. This is so sexual. And it only gets worse from here.
It only gets worse. So then we go, we're in the second album. This is Kaleidoscope Dreams, or Kaleidoscope. Anyways, his second album. Song's called Use Me.
Oh, of course. We know what this is about.
So the song starts off, he says, sedate me. Salacious, salty, and sweet.
Ooh.
I'm overwhelmed by tasty thoughts of you. He goes on to say, use me, want to give you control. With the lights on, if I could just let go. Then he says, sensation, as I place my tongue on your lips.
Ooh. Okay.
Blissful collision
as
hot
in here.
Tangle and intertwined. Yes.
It's so hot in here all of a sudden.
Biting your lip, baby, put me inside. It later goes on to say, danger in your eyes, baby, you can devour me. Defile me. Defile me.
Defile me.
Defile me. And he screams it, y'all. Like, listen to the song. If you don't know the song, go listen to it. Like, ooh.
Do we need to make a little Miguel playlist for this episode?
It's no problem. It's no problem.
That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem.
That ain't no problem. Okay. Now, let me work on that.
Let me work on that today. Okay, we're gonna do one more. Let me see where. Okay, well, there was a mention for in the same album. There's a song called "Where's the Fun in Forever."
Ooh.
Just, you know, hey, what's that, you know?
That's like, honestly, this like gives me a little Aquarius energy, like,
you know,
forever
we ain't gotta do this
forever.
Oh, you know,
forever is a mighty long time.
Yeah, it's so long. Okay, so all right, I said I was just gonna do. So, okay, we have to have mention to how many drinks was on the album. So this song, you know, I think Miguel got into a little hot water at some point because it kind of it came behind this, like, do you remember the Rick Ross thing?
Molly all in her champagne. Yes, she didn't even know it. Like, sir.
I feel like
that's rape.
Yeah, right. We're like, hold on.
Yeah.
So I think, if I'm remembering correctly, I think this song kind of came somewhere around or behind that. And it was kind of like, now, what are we saying, Miguel?
Right.
I don't think he had, you know, ill intent. But, you know, so I kind of put it in a class with the one margarita, right? Like, you know,
right.
Hey,
Give me one margarita. Here's what I'll do for you.
Right. I mean,
if you don't know, now you know.
So Miguel's just asking, like, how many margaritas it's gonna take, girl? Like, what we doing? Like, you know,
right.
What we do? How many margaritas we gonna get to tonight? I don't.
Right. Right.
It's a fun time. So, anyways, he talks about this song. He has how many drinks. We won't go into the lyrics of that one, but I have to get to one of the faves of the album, which is like a fun cut. Like, it's not a recorded. So I don't know. It was, I guess, riffing around in the studio. So the song is called "Pussy Is Mine."
Ooh. Okay.
And it's a little acoustic. He's like in the studio messing around. He's singing, he said, "Keep it 100, baby. We both know that I'm not the only one."
Ooh.
When I'm there, you treat a man real good. Mm-hmm. And that's probably why I always come. So he says, lie to me, lie to me, lie to me. So sweet. Because I never want to imagine all the other men ever having a chance to get in your pants. So tell me that pussy's mine. So, and he sings, all into that. So,
now the Scorpio Men, a little delusional here. Like, just lie to me.
A little possessive.
I know it's not true,
right?
But tell me anyway. Like, what is that?
Yeah, because I want to believe. And so it's interesting that I think, like, right now, because I was having this conversation with some of the kids in a class yesterday, that was not about relationships at all, but one of the teenage boys, and they're talking about the girls and, like, not being able to trust women because, they got 15 other dudes and they send you a picture, but they also sending them pictures. And I'm like, here we go. Lie to me, baby. Let me think I'm the only one. That's what they want. Like, they're like, they got all these other dudes. I'm like, isn't that what y'all do?
Right. Look, women are just, in a modern context, I think women are just doing what men have done for years and years and years.
Thousands of years.
They say they don't like it now.
They say they don't like it. So.
I pulled a him on him.
Okay.
now he swear he can't stand bitches.
Okay.
I don't remember whose song that is, but I pulled a him on him. It's like one of my favorite sayings now.
I love it because listen, okay, like I don't understand. What's the problem? I was like, I don't want to spark that conversation, but I was just trying to listen to his perspective. And I was like, this is not that conversation or that class, but
you're just trying to validate and be like,
okay, that's interesting. But I was like, now, but y'all be doing the same thing, so I'm not understanding what the problem is. Like, if I want to send my picture to 5 dudes, what's the issue?
Right. Are you just upset that? Well, no, let me not, because we're talking about high school students, so let's not.
Right. It's like it's like I'm not talking to a grown up.
Yeah.
But there's grown men that feel that way. So, like,
that is true.
Interesting.
That is true.
If if y'all have thoughts, let us know.
Always. Any thoughts?
But yeah, that's just a little taste of Miguel. Miguel has plenty of work in his catalog.
work.
That is highly Scorpion energy. And I love it. My Aries just eats that up, that Mars, like, just domination, just all
Ooh. Yes. I mean, I don't know many people who don't like that just a little bit,
get
in that energy, but you in particular.
Got some, got some, anyways. So, Shelby, I think we've come to that time in the meets for us to talk about some personal experiences.
Yes, man, I've been waiting for this because we've done these Dear Blank Men episodes, and really I won't say the only, but like the main men that I have had, canonic experiences with in a negative way, I will say, are Scorpio men. So I had 2 relationships, kind of one right after the other. And at the time, I wasn't really into astrology the way that I am now. But I realize now these 2, their birthdays are 1 day apart.
Oh, okay.
So it's really interesting. These two men that I had very different, but also both very bad experiences with.
Would you share the birth dates? Would that be too much?
It's so let's see. It is November 10th. Both of their birthdays were like 2-3 days ago. Like,
okay. Yeah. So the only reason I asked is because I wanted to see how closely they aspect your own sun.
Oh. Okay.
And so those are some pretty close opposition, or not opposite, but the degrees are aspecting. But it's a trine. The sun is a trine to a Scorpio because they're water. But very interesting that they're close in that degree. But okay, yeah, I was thinking about opposition. Sorry, but I forgot we're talking about Scorpios. But,
no, you're good. You're
still,
good. I'm curious though.
Yeah,
because I think there was a lot of things at play. So I titled in the outline. I called this "A Tale of 2 Scorpio Men," because again, they were very different. They are, both of them are very different. But there were a lot of underlying similarities, and it's funny because the 2 of them know each other. And so I think if especially one of them, if they heard me say that I saw similarities in the 2 of them, I think they would be deeply offended by that.
Very on
but
brand.
Really, it's like that shadow side of one kind of played out in the other. So so I'll start with the OG bad experience, the worst person I have ever dated. I stand 10 toes down on that. It is the worst relationship I have ever had. It is the this is also deeply a Pisces thing. Quick tangent. My co-star the other day said, "You don't have to be friends with all your exes."
Yes, you sent me that.
I sent you that, and I was like, "God damn, you didn't have to drag me like that," because I think it's a very Piscean thing of just let's just let it go. We can stay cool, and it's really it's me. I'm like, I have to know that you don't hate me when I leave. Like, let's be cool. Whatever.
Just like not really wanting to fully disconnect. So it's like it's easier just to stay right. Okay, we can manage a friendship. Yeah. And then I don't have to fully like let go.
Yes, and I know that is my own personal bullshit in getting in there.
I get it.
But this person in the OG Scorpio man is the only person that I like. If I saw him on the street, I might be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" or whatever. But like we have not spoken. We are not friends. I do not have any like desire to, to see this person. I don't have nice things to say about you, etc., etc. And I think he has. I hope that he has done a lot of healing and moved on, and seems to be doing well or whatever. But like, yeah, that's the only one that I'm just like, nah, go away.
Yep.
So we start off strong with this particular Scorpio man. And stop me if I've told you any of these stories on the podcast before. I don't think that I have.
I don't think so.
I think I've told you some off mic stories, but like not on air. So first things first, like we met very early on in college, right? So there was mutual friends. We're at a party, and like. This guy is so charismatic, which kind of led me to think Scorpio, but like almost gave like Leo rising energy, like very like, look at me, I'm the life of the party, super charismatic. Like I really considered reaching out to be like, hey, do you know your birth time for this episode? But like I have not spoken to this person in like probably 12 years, so I'm just that would be so weird. So let me not. But if I had to guess, there's got to be some sort of big, Leo is the first thing that comes to mind, but it's a big look at me energy,
Yeah.
And then we've also, I also just think, this person is kind of a narcissist, so maybe it's that.
It's like it's giving those vibes, but I try not to.
Yeah, we try not to diagnose, but
it's like once you've seen it, you just can't unsee it. It's like, you see it everywhere. Like, okay.
And I don't encounter a lot of people where I've been like, oh yeah, you're a narcissist. Like, I don't like to talk. I think both of us, we don't like to toss that around lightly.
Yeah.
Like, that's, but also, it's just my own personal experience. I'm sure other people have had different experiences, and it's whatever.
Absolutely. I mean, I think at the end of the day, and not that we're like wrapping in this conversation, but I think at the end of the day, it's, how energy comes together. And sometimes there are energies that just, I think you said it earlier in this episode, like, that just don't come together well.
They just kind of clash.
Yeah, and so you're gonna have a certain kind of experience with that person, whereas someone else might have a different experience because they have a different energetic makeup.
Right.
But again, Scorpio men been having some problems with everybody, so continue with your story.
Okay, so we start off strong. We meet. I'm very like attracted to this energy. It's very charismatic. So I'm kind of like, wow, ooh, and like I felt like that really got taken advantage of. It was like, okay, yes, I can tell that you're like enthralled with this big persona that I have. So let me, whatever. And at the time, I had just gotten out of a relationship, and so I was kind of like, let's take this a little slow. Let's, well, we weren't taking it slow in the sense that, like, we were sleeping together, but, like, I was not ready to fully commit as far as, like, let's, date. But that also wasn't a conversation that we were having. He wasn't saying, be my girlfriend, whatever.
Right, yep.
But it was sort of understood. Like, we were seeing each other. We were spending a lot of time together. It was the first, like, 2-3 weeks of college, and we spent a ton of time together. So that had been kind of happening. We'd sort of just lightly floated the idea of, like, exclusivity, but had not pinned anything down. Whatever. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we're freshmen in college, right? We're little babies.
Yeah. Oh.
We're in the dorms. We're in the dorms. And a friend, a mutual friend of ours who we had both met, within those first few weeks of college, where you're just like, wow, everybody, we're gonna be friends with everybody. We're meeting all these people.
Yes.
So somebody,
world, honey.
this girl that we both kind of had, been friends with or whatever, in these first few weeks was like, hey, I'm having some people over in my dorm tonight to just like hang out. Like, y'all should come through. Invited both of us together, right?
Okay.
So me, this man, a couple of our other friends, we all head on over to this girl's dorm. Yes. We're hanging out. We're talking. We're playing music. We're drinking a little bit. We're scandalous drinking in the dorms. Whatever. And at the time, I used to smoke, like, cigarettes, especially occasionally, like, especially when I was drinking.
Yeah.
And so, I was like, I'm going to go outside and smoke a cigarette. Yeah. So I'm like, looking at them, I'm like, I'm going to go smoke. I'll be right back. My friend, one of my friends who's there, comes with me. I leave my purse, my keys, pretty much everything in this dorm. I leave, go outside to smoke a cigarette, hang out, whatever. Not out there more than 10 minutes, right? I come back.
Yeah.
Everyone has left the dorm room except for this man and the girl that invited us to the dorm. The door is locked, and they are very clearly in there having sex.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm like, what the fuck? Am I living in the Twilight Zone right now? Yeah. So I'm like banging on the door. I'm like, I don't care what the fuck you're doing in there. Just give me my shit back. And I swear, the girl opens the door and she looks like shameful. She looks like she has like so much shame. And I'm like, what is your problem? Like, why did you do that? Like, I'm just like, I don't even know what to say. I just like grab my shit and I'm like, let's go. Like, me and my other friend are just like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Wow.
Crazy. This is like, we're not even dating yet. This is like the first 2 weeks. Now the bad part is little baby Shelby was so naive, so whatever her problem was, she was, you know.
I understand.
Couple weeks later, he comes back. He's like, I'm so sorry. He's full gaslighting me into being like, well, God. You really weren't sure if you wanted to be exclusive, so I just thought, you know.
So I'll just fuck your friend.
I swear, this man invented gaslighting. I'm just like, are you serious? And then, but like at the time, you know, I was like, yeah, well, maybe I wasn't really that clear about it. Like, just so manipulative, crazy shit. So, and, you know, that was early on. We went on to date for several months after that. And let me tell you, that was not it. Like, there was so many more instances. Now, they just got sneakier and sneakier after that. But, like, constant. Like, if I was not in the presence of this man, he was sleeping with another girl. Like...
Oh my God.
I had people that I didn't even know messaging me and being like, hey, I saw your boyfriend just fucking some random girl last night. I thought you should know. No. It escalated to the point where I was just like, this is ridiculous. And of course, you know, I'm like, gets to the point where I'm just like, any chance I get, I'm like looking through the phone, I'm like looking through emails, and every single time I find something. Yep. Like every single time. It was off and on for like a solid year. The straw that broke the camel's back was like I found out that he was like doing like replying to random Craigslist ads to do porn for money with that, which like like it's just like so unsafe for me personally. You heard me. I won't say it again. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. And at the same time, every time I'd confront him about it, and he'd be like, I love you so much. Like, I don't know what I'll do if you leave. Like, I really want to move in with you. Like, crazy. You do want to move, right? Oh, yeah. Girl. Really wild shit. So, that was that. Yeah, lots happening there. Obviously very sneaky, very shady. Also very, again, like the whole time, very charming, very convincing, very good at talking to people. You know, it just, that was very extroverted, all of that. So it made me wonder, you know, like, what do you think, just, I mean, based on only the information that I've given you just now, rising sign, moon sign, like, I definitely, like, Leo rising is the main thing that I'm like, maybe, because he was so, like, expressive and outgoing, but, like, obsessed with money, always trying to make a buck, like, always trying to scheme, like, always, and so I'm just like, I don't know, what do you have any guesses?
See, this is when that diagnosis piece kind of starts overriding the astrology, because it's like that diagnosis very much fits all of that behavior. It's like, and like, I was like, I feel, yes, this is sounding very familiar. But, I mean, we're going to talk about this in the next few weeks. I can't remember which week. But that Sag moon, and we've talked about this on a personal level. Yes. That I mean, Scorpios, I don't want to mischaracterize, but I'm almost wanting to say Scorpios have been known to cheat. It's Mars, but also, it's, you know, there's the little dark side, but we've got Sag moon, right? So Sag moon, you know, Sagittarius is the wanderer, and Sagittarius has a hard time staying in one place. And so if you had a Scorpio sun and a Sag moon, I could see some cheaters. That's next episode. Yes.
Okay, then in that case, let's put a pin in it, and I'll revisit these stories next week. So if you want to hear more about, you know, any of those experiences and like kind of the back and forth there, we'll come back to that next week when we talk about cheaters.
About them cheaters.
Astrologically.
Yes. There's some interesting things. But yeah. So we've got this guy.
Yeah.
Every time. Not that I've heard this story a ton of times, but every time I hear this story, it's like, what's the... Yeah.
It was
audacity.
wild. The complete audacity. And, I will also just say, I feel like that is the unearned confidence that comes with growing up being white, male, rich, and like semi-attractive. Like just the complete audacity that people that fit all those boxes get away with, on top of whatever other shit was going on with that person. Crazy. So
that is wild.
So we have that experience. All in all, again, that was all a very canonic, that was a canon event for me. Couldn't be interfered with. Like, I think it was some stuff that had to happen for me to understand some things about life and to learn some lessons. So I'm not...
Here we are. Scorpio energy, right? Transformative.
Yes.
That's
Pluto.
what Pluto does, right?
Transformative energy.
You had to experience that bullshit.
Yes. But the other thing was, the universe was not done with me yet, because immediately after that, they sent me another Scorpio man. The universe sent me a second Scorpio man.
Just to see.
A very different Scorpio man. A much more low-key... honestly, this person on just physicality, personality-wise, seemed more like a Scorpio for me. I think, the first guy embodied a lot of Scorpio qualities, a lot of those negative qualities that, like, kind of a little bit moody, very mysterious, the secrecy, the sex. Of course, that's what kept me coming back, right?
The sex.
Let me just say that is what kept me coming back.
Kept me coming.
Clearly, that's
Mars and Pluto, when they come together, is dangerous. Like they say, it's dangerous.
Yes. But then, I meet this other Scorpio man. We really vibe. He has that look of a Scorpio. So I said earlier, like, Adam Driver just looks like a Scorpio to me. He's got the dark hair, the very, like, kind of haunting looking eyes almost.
Yes.
Like, the vibe. The vibe is Scorpio. So the second Scorpio that the universe sent me did really kind of embody that in a lot of way. Also, just like one of those people that doesn't say a lot, and so it really feels like you have to pull information out of them. It's like, they're not wearing their hearts on their sleeve. Like, you really, there's emotional depth there, but you don't get it all at once.
Oh, okay. Yes. Yeah.
And so, it felt like a hard pivot, like, in the other direction. But again, as I said earlier, the second Scorpio man that the universe sent me would probably be deeply offended to hear that I see similarities between the two of them. Because, both of them have this sense of mystery, this depth, but also the secrecy, the mystery. And, quite frankly, they were both liars.
Talk about it. All right.
And so the second one was really, it was really like an ongoing situationship for a good year and a half. And there were times where it was like, yes, this is my boyfriend. And then there were times where it was like, actually, fuck all that, I'm out. Like, he would just be like, actually, this wasn't what I said it was. I know I said that literally yesterday, but I changed my mind. And he just had a lot of growing to do. I think I was just a comfort person for him that he knew was going to be there. So I got drug into a lot of shit that was not mine.
Yeah.
And I also think that he had a lot of, during the time that we were dating, had some health issues. And so I ended up being the person who would show up when those things happened. Oh. And that's, that Cancer rising really was like...
nurturing, just coming on in. Let me take care of
you. I can fix him.
Yes.
And I think that ultimately the lesson that the universe wanted me to learn was that I cannot and am not responsible for fixing these men.
Okay.
Right? Like, yeah, I think that was the transformative energy that I needed to learn at that time period. So, yeah,
that is definitely a lesson. One of the quotes that I found on Twitter, somebody said that Scorpio men were life lessons, and I feel that. I feel that.
Yes, I 100%. And the second one, like, it didn't work out. I was hung up on that for a long time because it's one of those that give you a little breadcrumb here and there, and you're like, let me latch onto it, right? Ultimately, I think I realized I was not even really into him that much, but I just wanted to be like, I wanted to win that game. You know?
Yeah. Yeah. The diagnosis is really it's speaking very loud.
Yes. Now, what does it say about me? What is my diagnosis in this situation? I allowed a lot of this to happen, so I know that is, you know. Yeah, I was like, diagnosis. Yes.
What's the diagnosis? Pisces.
I'm such a Pisces.
You know, I mean, Pisces, there's some mental health stuff in that, you know, in that, those traits and descriptions. There's some mental health things. So, you know, it's not uncommon for us to be, you know, I meant to mention this. I told you about this like maybe a couple weeks ago. I've started my own research at work.
Yes.
My own astrological research.
Yes. I can't wait to see the results of this one person study.
So right. So I'm like I'm just going on the referrals for like counseling services. It's just like what the signs of the kids are. That's the only data that's being collected, right? There's no personal information being collected, not even their birth date. I just note their birth date and check what the sign is. So right now, the number one referral sign, the most referred sign, is Aquarius.
Oh.
But quickly has been followed up by Pisces.
Oh, okay. You know what?
So I'm like, taken. Okay. Right there, you know. So if we talked about our dear Aquarius and dear Pisces, I mean, you know,
yeah, it makes a lot of sense.
Just
well, and I wonder, just to carry on with that, I wonder how much of that is just that, like, those particular signs think a little bit differently, learn a little bit differently, and like just don't fit into the structure of a school system, and so everyone's like, you got a problem. You know, someone is more likely to refer.
Think about, Aquarius typically has difficulty with authority.
Yes, 100%. Yes,
that always doesn't surprise me at all when I see these kids like, oh, you're Aquarius. Okay, yep. Yeah. That's going to be difficult for you. You don't want to fit in the lines. You don't want to follow the rules and, you know, do things the way you're supposed to. You want to be different. You want, you want to, yep. So that makes sense. And then Pisces, again, we just, you know, drugs. And I'm, you know, I work in an alternative school, so. A lot of kids doing drugs, but so the Piscean referral is like, well, yep.
Yeah, it's unsurprising, honestly.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Yeah. But yeah, so more to come. We'll see how things shake out over the year, but so far, you know, Aquarius and Pisces. There's some others that are like tied in that number 3 spot. I just can't remember, but it's very interesting. So far, I had my first Taurus referral. Everyone else had a referral but Taurus at this point, and I had the first Taurus. So Taurus, the least referred so far.
Okay,
interesting.
Very interesting, considering how stubborn they are.
I was gonna say they hold them grudges, honey, but okay. I guess they just not taking the service. I don't know. I got questions.
I got questions as well, but we'll see how this plays out. We'll check back in on your experiment here in a couple weeks.
Yes.
All right. Well, any other thoughts? I think I've talked enough about my personal experiences with Scorpio men. Any other things that you wanna say about them before we wrap up this segment?
You know, so I don't have my own personal experience with Scorpio men. You know, funny thing, right? You know, we know where most of my experience lies.
Virgo,
those Virgo men and the little, you know, Aquarius, little sprinkly and Libra, whatever. Had a Leo or two. No, just one.
Okay.
That didn't vibe. That was bad.
Not it.
But that was one of them spin the block. So I spun the block,
Man.
for a third time on that one.
You know who I will not spin the block with is either of the two people I just talked about. I think both of them are married now. So
and that was what I was going to say.
You know.
Also, would you spin the block on a Scorpio? Like, okay, so not on the ones none of the ones you've dated.
At this point in my life, I think I'm healed.
Okay.
At least in that regard.
Okay.
Like, let me not revert back. Yeah. I'm cool.
I'm here for that. That.
I will say, one of them, you know, the second one, we are still in contact. Like, we are still friends.
Mm-hmm.
I would consider us still friends. He's, like, married and has kids and stuff, but, like, I bought weed from him a few weeks ago. So, like, we're cool. We are so cool. Like, you know, no hard feelings there. I think we both had a lot to learn in that situation. But, no, I would never spin I would never spin the block on either one ever again.
So far, Shelby's not spinning the block on Scorpio men. I haven't started on the Scorpio block. I don't know. That's interesting. I've not encountered in my dating that, as far as I know, right? The people that I know, their information. I haven't had any Scorpios,
Okay.
men or women. But no Scorpio energy.
I really think that, you know, maybe that Taurus rising, that, like, opposite energy might pull some in for you. But
yeah, right? But the Virgo, I guess, the Pisces looking for the Virgo, I don't know. It's like, what do you pull? I need the earth. We know that, right? We know I need some containment.
Some grounding.
Some grounding, some structure. So, you know, I think the greater need is winning out. So I got to pull an earth side.
Yes. Yes.
To diagnose my love life, like that's the next on the next set. Iyanla, fix my love life.
Fix my love life.
Fix my astrology, you know.
Please. Oof. All right. Well, should we take a little break and come back with our stoner scopes?
Yes. Oh yes. Okay. You know, gotta get ready for this.
That's right. All right. We will be right back, y'all. Hey y'all, we are back, and it's that time. We're gonna wrap up the show, but not before we give you the Leafly Stoner Scopes for the month.
Yes, y'all, we back. It's November. We got some strains, you know, to check out. Excited to hear about them.
Yes, I'm so excited. Christine, do you want to lead us off?
Yeah. So it's Scorpio season, y'all. So
of course,
you know, we're deep in the depths. Well, we're coming out of the depths, actually. I mean, by the time this airs, I think we'll be like coming out of Scorpio season, honestly. But we've been in the depths, okay? We've been feeling it. We had that eclipse season. We didn't even talk about that, but we had that eclipse season, and I think we were feeling that. That energy was intense, to say the least.
Yes, absolutely.
So, all that to be said, happy birthday, Scorpio.
Hey, happy birthday.
Yes. So, those born under this sign are often perceptive, passionate, and possess a mysterious allure. Yes, we know about that.
Just talked all about it.
Yes. Their ability to connect on a profound level and their fearless approach to life inspire admiration and trust in those around them. We know you love the finer things, Scorpions, but it's essential to prioritize necessities over luxuries. A family gathering may be in the cards, bringing warmth and connection. While daily tasks may feel repetitive, approach them with enthusiasm. Think of them as stepping stones toward your dreams. An unexpected twist awaits as a secret admirer might reveal their feelings for you. You love that, Scorpio. You love a secret admirer.
A secret admirer,
oh my
of course.
Goodness.
Also a very public admirer. I think you just kind of like to be admired a little bit.
They love to be admired, yes. Oh, remind me I have an off mic about that Scorpio that, had somebody singing to him yesterday.
Ooh,
anyways,
okay.
Achieving your dreams, Scorpio, will also bring an ego boost. Instead of dwelling too much on financial concerns, trust in yourself and look forward to the joyous moments that the month promises. This month also calls for a blend of tranquility and joyful movement for your health.
Joyful movement.
Come on. See, you did that. I didn't do it. You did it. I was thinking, like yoga or something. Yeah, I was thinking
it's a joyful
healthy, movement. Sex is healthy. Anyways,
it is, of course.
Explore relaxation techniques like meditation or deep breathing exercises to manage stress. At the same time, find the value in simple activities like dancing in your living room to release endorphins and uplift your spirits. Striking a balance between stillness and celebration is the key to holistic well-being this month. Professionally, it might not be the best time for a job switch, and business owners should be prepared for unforeseen shortfalls. Financial constraints might make investments challenging. Job seekers might find themselves accepting positions with lesser pay, but will benefit you in the long run. Okay, that's a lot of information for Scorpios and Scorpio season.
Yes.
All right, so Scorpio, your November strain to help you deal with all of that. Indulge in your sweet tooth and dive deep into November's transformative energies with a slice of cream pie. Strain.
Ooh.
Cream pie. This is a versatile strain with many iterations, just like its namesake dessert. Its euphoric, happy, and even arousing effects will suit your personal and social pursuits this month, enhancing your intense and passionate nature. Embrace the month with a strain that's as creamy and dreamy as your deepest desires.
Now, why do I feel like Scorpios don't actually need a weed that makes you more horny? Like, because every once in a while you get a strain and you're like, ooh, I feel all tingly. Like they do not need that. Like that is like a permanent state of being for them.
Right. It's like, I'm always tingly. Like, yeah, I understand.
Okay.
Ooh, Jesus. Creamy and dreamy. I was like, okay.
Okay. Creamy and dreamy. All right. Speaking of creamy and dreamy, let's move on to Sagittarius. Their November strain is also like surprisingly sweet and named after a pie. It says, you're a zesty one, Sagittarius, and you aren't afraid of change. As you embark on new adventures this month, add a sour citrus twist with lemon meringue. This crowd pleaser by Exotic Genetics imbues consumers, I almost said customers, with uplifting and invigorating energy without stressing them out. The perfect companion for your fiery spirit and boundless enthusiasm.
Okay, lemon meringue. That sounds very good. Like,
right.
I'm kind of hungry.
For real.
I was like, all right. Okay, lemon. That's zesty. Like, it's so zesty. Okay. Who is this? Capricorn. Hey, Capricorn.
Hey.
Okay, your strain this month as you climb the peaks of ambition and seek clarity in your endeavors this month. Capricorn, you will need something sweet to keep you going. Again, here we go. Blueberry pie.
Pie.
Come on, everybody. It's pie season.
That's
It's a chiller strain bursting with blueberry flavors and a mental haze that uplifts and relaxes. The perfect blend for your determined and practical nature. Embrace the end of the year with a strain that complements your ambitious nature and eases changes in your relationships.
Now, again, why do I feel like a Capricorn is not going to go for anything that has mental haze in the description?
Right?
I feel like that is not their vibe. But you know what? It is probably what they need. What you want, but not what you need.
But not what you need.
Other way around. What you need, but not what you want.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Yes. Let's move on to Aquarius. So, Aquarius says, you know that classic comforts never go out of style. And blackberry pie is one of them. So, okay, so like, pie, it's just pie theme. Everything is pie themed. Is that the deal?
It's just the pie season, Thanksgiving, it's November. I guess we're having pie, we're having cream. We're just, we're very, dessert.
We're doing it.
Yeah.
It says, this hybrid strain has some complex cannabis lineage that expresses an aromatic blend of blueberry, grape, and peach flavors with the dually euphoric and calming consumption experience. It's a pie that enhances your drive and visionary spirit.
It's a lot of flavors in it. Blueberry, grape, and peach. I was like, oh,
yeah.
Okay. It's one blackberry. Okay, all right. Aquarius, that's very, that seems, that's very Aquarius. All right, it Pisces, is. What we smoking on? As you navigate this month's swift currents and deep emotions, remember that all your stresses can roll off your back like water. With its euphoric, uplifting, and munchie-inducing effects, Moon Pie, this is special to, it's Tennesseans, is the perfect celestial treat to align with your intuitive and imaginative nature. This strain has a unique funk to help you break out of old habits and give you the confidence to channel your dreamy nature towards your goals.
Wow, I'm into that. I would like to try it.
It's very inspiring.
Okay, and clearly at this point, it's not an accident. This is a pie themed horoscope this month.
Very pie themed.
We'll take it. I'm not mad at that. I love a theme.
We love a theme.
All right, let's move. Yeah. Let's move to Aries. Aries. Okay, so it's been a bountiful harvest season, and now we can indulge in the many flavors of late fall. The cherry pie strain, with its origins in a cross of Granddaddy Perp and F1 Derb, whatever that is, offers a gentle embrace of sweet dough and cherry aromas coupled with an earthy flavor. The strain's euphoric sedation comes on swiftly and lingers for hours. It might just be the grounding force you need to thrive through this month.
Okay. We like it when you linger. Okay, I like it when you linger.
I like it when you linger.
See, that's Aries, right? See what it did to me. See what it did.
Every time.
All right, Taurus. It's officially baking season. Yes, let's get baked. Known for its energizing and focused effects, pie crust. Got to have the right crust, y'all. Aligns perfectly with your aspirations this month. While you might feel the urge to escape certain duties or change your lifestyle, this strain can help you weigh the pros and cons, ensuring you make decisions that truly benefit you. It also has an indulgent, unique palate with creamy, doughy, and nutty notes.
I don't like the way you said that. Actually, I did like the way you said that. All right, Gemini. So let's see what we have for Geminis. This says, the Jungle Boys know how to tailor their strains. All right, so I feel like this is a very particular strain. I wonder if this is like widely available. As you balance your dual nature and chase those coins, why not indulge in a savory slice of the jungle?
Oh.
Jungle pie, the perfect blend of sweetness and spice, energy and soothing for the twin in you, seeking both relaxation and chatter. Dive into the month with a pie that understands your contradictions and compliments.
Oh, okay, Gemini. Jungle pie.
Interesting.
All right. Cancer. Well, what's going on this month, Cancer? Time for a sweet treat. Crabs.
What? Time for a sweet treat, crab. Where you put the emphasis really matters.
It really matters. It really matters.
Sweet treat crabs.
As November beckons with a focus on financial gains and relationship harmony, why not add a slice of apple pie? That's so Cancer. That's very Cancer. Just very traditional. It's home. It's mom. Like, she's gonna make the apple pie. Okay, apple pie to the mix. With its energetic, giggly vibes that give way to a hazier, sleepy effect. This strain is the perfect companion for your month of balance and introspection. Dive into November with a pie that has as many layers of flavors as you do feelings.
Wow. Okay. For whatever reason, like Cancer and apple pie just really goes together for me.
It's just, it's
right.
home. It's mom. It's just like mom's apple pie.
Mommy.
It's kind of traditional, Yeah.
Yeah. I'm into it.
Pie.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's move on to Leo. So, as you roar with ambition and seek balance in your relationships, why not indulge in the velvety embrace of red velvet? This strain is as decadent as you are, Leo, with its unique cinnamon candy hot aroma and uplifting effects, the perfect match for your fiery passion and regal demeanor. Dive into the month with a strain that's as bold and luxurious as you are, while staying grounded for your loved ones.
Okay. Red velvet. That's, very Leo's got to stand out a little bit, the bright red velvet. Okay.
Yes,
okay.
Of course.
And is this? Nope, it's not.
We got two more. Yeah.
Yep, I was going to say last, but nope, we got two more. So Virgo, you are next, my friends. As you meticulously plan and seek clarity this November, Virgo, you need a sweet treat that helps you stay away and take a moment for yourself. The zesty palate of key lime pie tastes as good as these sparkling, verdant buds look. With its calming effects and unique flavors of lime candy and mint, key lime pie will enhance your analytical and earthy nature while keeping you cool, calm, and collected.
Okay. All right. And last but not least, yes, we have Libras. Okay, so Libra, you're not a diva, but everyone can benefit from some humble pie now and again. Though this indica dominant strain might make you feel anything but. With its sweet berry and zesty citrus flavors, humble pie offers a euphoric and grounding experience, perfectly aligning with your quest for balance and consistency. Dive into the month with a pie that matches your harmonious and humble spirit.
Oh.
The end.
Yeah, the end.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. That's the sonar scopes for the month, right? So govern yourselves accordingly. We've got, a few weeks left in November.
That's
I
right.
think, right? Yep.
Yes.
I'm like, what's today? Yep. Okay.
It's only the 10th. Yeah.
It's like,
only the
time
10th.
Time keeps on slipping. That's me. Like, oh,
Slipping.
Like, whoa. It's
How is it already almost the end of the year? Yeah, exactly. What are we doing?
So, yeah, sorry. I'm always in that, like, what is, this time construct? Like, how do we get here? It's already November? Like, it's already November 10th. Like, oh, okay.
It's a wild thing.
Yeah, it's like, oh, okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so.
So anyway, we're back. We're here. It's season 4. We will be here. Speaking of time, we'll be here every week for the next
week, y'all.
Several weeks. Tune in, share the pod, And Christine, do you want to remind them where they can find us?
Yes, y'all. Look, I've gotten out of practice of saying my little things, right?
Can we do it?
So listen, we would love to do a reading for you. If you're interested, please send your name just for us, or whatever you would like to be called, your birth time, your birth date, your birth time, and your birthplace. That is country included. If you have comments, if you have suggestions, if you want to share things with us, you want to write us. Our email address is suchapiscespod@gmail.com, and that is spelled SUCHAPISCESPOD @gmail.com.
You can always also find us at Such a Pisces Pod on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, and even Facebook, y'all. We're on all the platforms. We're at Such a Pisces Pod. Like Christine said, please reach out to us. Give us your birth information. Let us read your chart. Give us your comments.
Send us a voice note. Tell us what you like. Tell us about these Scorpio men. Share your stories. We want to know about them.
That's right. Keep it up. We'll be back with some really interesting stuff for this season. I can't wait. I'm really excited. It's gonna be a good one. So
next episode we have cheaters.
I gave you a little preview today. Clearly,
we get into some things. We got red flags. We got the art of seduction. We've got a little something interesting in there. How we reel them in, right?
That's right.
How to get them. So we've got some interesting things coming, y'all. So set your notifications, subscribe, do all the things. Leave us a little review. Do the things. And we'll see you next time.
We'll see you guys next time.
Right. Stay safe in these streets and protect your energy.
Bye.
Bye.